Hello, this is Andrew with Missing Remote, and this is a 1Me USB Bluetooth dongle. Well, kind of Bluetooth dongle. It's really a USB audio adapter that uses Bluetooth to connect to a Bluetooth headset, and they claim to do a bunch of different features. I actually haven't gotten around to testing that because while testing the basic stuff, it doesn't really work very well. And by doesn't work very well means that it just constantly disconnects from my headsets. But I did want to talk about this because it's kind of an interesting thing because, as I mentioned, this is a USB audio adapter. It's not really a Bluetooth adapter. It just happens to use Bluetooth. And what that means is that while you can connect your Bluetooth headset to this, you pair with this. You don't pair with the computer. What that means in practice is that you don't need Bluetooth drivers. So that's really neat. So if you're on a system like a Linux box or whatever, an older Linux system that doesn't support the whatever version of Bluetooth that your headset uses, something like this is a great option. Now there are some drawbacks to using something like this because, at least in Windows, the operating system doesn't know if you have a headset connected to this or not. So as long as you have it plugged in, it is a viable audio adapter, and it will continue to send audio to this even if you don't have a headset connected to it, so that if you have a pair of speakers connected as well, and you disconnect your Bluetooth headset, you need to pull this out, or you need to manually switch the audio device to make it go to the speakers, which is kind of an annoying thing, but given how this thing is supposed to work, that is kind of understandable and acceptable trade-off because you don't need to have Bluetooth support in whatever you're using it with. But as I mentioned, this thing is rubbish, and that's kind of the reason why I'm doing this review and why I didn't do the full unboxing. You do get a dongle, which is nice, or a extension cord, which is really nice because sometimes, well, you're going to be plugging this thing in and out a lot, and if it's in behind a computer, that's a pain. This also pushes it away from the computer, so you'll get a better, so you have the option for a better signal, but it doesn't work. Well, it does work, but it doesn't work very well. So the problem with this device in particular is that when you start listening to music, it works fine. But then you pause the music, it will not reinitiate the audio connection, even though the Bluetooth connection exists. And you can do things like Bluetooth control for like transport control, volume and play, pause, whatever. It just doesn't make the noise happen anymore. And so when that happens, you have to reconnect the device to this dongle, which makes it a pretty rubbish device. And so it's going back. That's the reason why, well, I'm doing this review because this is rubbish and you should not buy it. But it's also a really interesting concept because of the way that it's supposed to work. It just doesn't work very well in this implementation. Anyway, don't buy this. Hopefully you found this useful. If you did, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I will get to them as soon as I can. Thanks.